Intro. Tuhfa Ya Ali Madad, in the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. Peace and blessings be upon Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, and his pure family. Today, we remember the life of a woman whose light still shines in every believer's heart. The leader of the women of paradise, Bibi Fatima Zahra, A.S. The story of Bibi Fatima Zahra, A.S., in the blessed city of Mecca, a divine light entered the world. She was Fatima, the beloved daughter of the Holy Prophet, PBUH, and Khadija bint Khuwaylid, A.S. From a very young age, Fatima, A.S., witnessed hardships that no child should ever see. The people of Mecca mocked her father, threw stones, and spread hate. Yet, this young girl stood strong beside him. Whenever the Prophet returned home injured and tired, it was Fatima, A.S., who would clean his wounds, comfort him, and wipe his tears. Because of this love and care, the Prophet, PBUH, lovingly called her Biha, the mother of her father. Her patience and strength. Life was not easy for Bibi Fatima, A.S. After the passing of her mother, Khadija, A.S., she carried the weight of responsibility at a very young age. Despite living a simple life, she never complained. Her home was filled with poverty, yet her heart was filled with gratitude. She married the Lion of Allah, Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib, A.S., and together they built a home based on faith, patience, and love. A life of simplicity. Even though she was the daughter of the greatest prophet, her lifestyle was extremely simple. There were days when there was no food in the house. Yet instead of asking for more, she would give whatever little she had to the poor. Her nights were spent in prayer. Her days in serving her family and helping others. Her love for Allah. One of the most beautiful things about Bibi Fatima, A.S., was her connection with Allah. She would stand in prayer for long hours, making dua not for herself, but for others. When asked why, she replied, "First for neighbors, then for ourselves." This shows the purity of her heart, a heart that only wanted goodness for others. Her painful final days. After the passing of Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, the world changed for Fatima, A.S. She faced oppression, sadness, and deep grief. Her heart was broken not only from losing her father, but also from the hardships that followed. Despite all this pain, she remained patient, silent, and strong. Her legacy. Bibi Fatima Zahra, A.S., left behind a legacy that will never fade. She is the mother of Imam Husayn ibn Ali, A.S., and Imam Husayn ibn Ali, A.S., a symbol of patience, sabr, a model of purity, taharat, and an example of true faith. Her life teaches us that true success is not in wealth or power, but in faith, patience, and closeness to Allah. Emotional ending. Today, when hearts are heavy and the world feels dark, remember Fatima, A.S. Remember her patience, her tears, her strength, and whisper softly, Ya Fatima Zahra, help us stay on the right path. Part 2. The silent tears of Fatima, A.S. After the departure of her beloved father, Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, the city of Medina felt empty. But no heart was more broken than that of Fatima Zahra, A.S. Every corner of Medina reminded her of her father. Every path carried memories. Every moment felt like a wound that would never heal. The house of grief. It is said that after the Prophet, PBUH, left this world, Fatima, A.S., would cry day and night. Her tears were not ordinary tears. They were tears of a daughter who lost her protector, her teacher, her entire world. The people of Medina could hear her crying, and even the skies seemed to weep with her. Because of this, a small place outside the city became known as Bayt al-Huzn, the house of grief. There, Fatima, A.S., would sit, remember her father, and cry in silence. Standing for truth. Despite her pain, Fatima, A.S., did not remain silent when it came to truth. With courage and dignity, she stood up to defend justice. Her words were powerful, her voice filled with truth. She reminded people of the teachings of Islam, of justice, of truth. Even in weakness, she showed unmatched strength. Her final will. As her health became weaker, Fatima, A.S., knew her time was near. She called her beloved husband, Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib, A.S., and made a final request. Her voice was soft, but her words carried deep pain. O Ali, bury me in the night. Let those who hurt me not attend my funeral. Keep my grave hidden. These were not just words, they were a reflection of the she endured. The night of goodbye. It was a silent night in Medina. No crowds, no noise, just a few loyal hearts gathered. Fatima Zahra, A.S., the daughter of the greatest prophet, was buried quietly, in darkness. No grand, no public farewell, only silence and tears. Even today, her grave remains hidden. A secret, between her and Allah. The legacy that lives forever. But death did not end her story. Her legacy continued through her sons. Imam Husayn ibn Ali, A.S., the symbol of patience. Imam Husayn ibn Ali, A.S., the symbol of sacrifice. And years later, in the desert of Karbala, the sacrifice of Imam Husayn, A.S., would echo the pain of his mother. The tears of Fatima, A.S., became the message of Karbala. Emotional reflection. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine a daughter, crying for her father, standing alone, yet never breaking. This is Fatima Zahra, A.S. She teaches us to stay patient in pain, to stand for truth even when alone, to trust Allah in every situation. Ending lines, emotional touch. When your heart feels heavy, when the world turns away, remember the daughter of the Prophet. And whisper with tears, Ya Fatima Zahra, A.S. Teach us sabr, teach us strength, teach us how to remain faithful, even in pain. Part 3 from Fatima, A.S. to Karbala, a legacy of sacrifice. Years passed after the silent departure of Fatima Zahra, A.S. But her pain did not end, it lived on. It lived in the hearts of her children. It lived in history, and one day, it would rise in the desert of Karbala. A mother's legacy in her children. Fatima, A.S., raised her children with truth, patience, and courage. Her sons. Imam Husayn ibn Ali, A.S., Imam Husayn ibn Ali, A.S., and her daughter, Zainab bint Ali, A.S., they were not ordinary children. They were the reflection of Fatima's soul. The road to Karbala. Time moved forward, and increased. When injustice spread, Imam Husayn, A.S., could not stay silent. He carried the same courage, the same truth, that his mother, Fatima, A.S., had shown. He stood not for power, but for justice, for Islam, for truth. And so, he walked toward Karbala, knowing what awaited him. The echo of a mother's pain. On the burning sands of Karbala, Hussain, A.S., stood with a small group, surrounded by a massive army. Hungry, thirsty, yet unshaken. Every moment of Karbala felt like the tears of Fatima, A.S., returning to the world. When Hussain, A.S., looked at the sky, it was as if he was saying, Mother, today your lessons are being fulfilled. The day of Ashura, the 10th of Muharram, the day of Ashura. One by one, the companions fell. Family members sacrificed their lives. And finally, Hussain, A.S., the beloved grandson of the Prophet, stood alone. He gave everything, for truth, for Islam. And in that moment, the sacrifice of Karbala became eternal. Zainab, A.S., the voice of Karbala. After the tragedy, the mission did not end. It was carried forward by Zainab bint Ali, A.S. She stood in the courts of tyrants, fearless, powerful. Her words shook kingdoms. She was the true daughter of Fatima, A.S. Where Hussain, A.S. gave his blood, Zainab, A.S. gave her voice. The eternal message. Karbala is not just a story. It is a message that began with Fatima, A.S., and reached its peak with Hussain, A.S. It teaches us, never bow to injustice. Stand for truth, even if you are alone. Sacrifice everything for the sake of Allah. Final emotional ending. Close your eyes. Imagine Fatima Zahra, A.S., watching Karbala. A mother, seeing her son surrounded, thirsty, alone, yet proud, because her son fulfilled the mission of truth. And today, when we cry for Karbala, we are also crying for Fatima, A.S. Last lines, deep emotional touch. If you ever feel weak, if you ever feel alone, remember Karbala, remember Fatima, A.S. and whisper, Ya Fatima Zahra, A.S. Give us strength like Hussain, give us courage like Zainab, and give us patience like you. Part 4 The Cry of a Broken Heart, Matchless Style. Tonight, we do not just listen. Tonight, we feel. Lower your head, close your eyes, and let your heart travel. A mother still crying, they say, even today, in the unseen world. Fatima Zahra, A.S. still cries. Not for herself, but for Karbala. For her son, Imam Husayn ibn Ali, A.S. The desert of pain. Imagine the burning sands of Karbala. The sun is merciless, the thirst is unbearable. A child cries, Al-Atash, Al-Atash, I am thirsty. And somewhere, a mother in the unseen hears this cry. Fatima, A.S., trembling, watching her children suffer. The final call of Hussain, A.S., Hussain, A.S., alone on the battlefield. His body covered in wounds, his heart filled with saber. He calls out, is there anyone to help me? This call was not just for that time, it is for every generation. And Fatima, A.S., hears it. Zainab, A.S., watching. From the tents, Zainab bint Ali, A.S., watches. Her heart breaking, her soul shaking. But she does not fall. Because she is the daughter of Fatima, A.S. The moment that shook the heavens. When Hussain, A.S., falls to the ground. The sky darkens, the earth trembles, and in the unseen, Fatima Zahra, A.S., cries out. A cry so deep, that even the angels weep. Why do we cry today? Why do our hearts break when we hear Karbala? Because this pain is not ordinary. It is the pain of a mother. It is the pain of truth being crushed. It is the pain of over-innocence. Majlis dua, emotional ending, raise your hands, let your tears fall. O Allah, for the sake of Fatima Zahra, A.S. Forgive our sins, clean our hearts, keep us on the path of truth. O Fatima, A.S., we are weak, we are lost. Hold our hands, on the day of judgment, do not turn your face away from us. Final crying lines. When you go to sleep tonight, remember, a mother lost her son in Karbala. A daughter stood alone in chains. And a message was written in blood. Whisper slowly, with tears. Ya Fatima Zahra, A.S., we are yours, do not leave us.